Next passage, let's quickly look at what the passage says. This passage is about a certain law that was passed in Texas. Because of this, what will happen is social media companies or internet platforms, they cannot moderate or they cannot edit or they cannot take down any of the content that has been shared on the platforms, right? So that way, if you take down anything from YouTube, for example, or from Twitter, it is going to be illegal according to this law. Right. Now, the author, the writer of the sentence, and the writer of this paragraph does not agree with this. Right. So, therefore, he consults a lot of people, a lot of experts to explain the downsides of this law. Right. There's, for example, one of them one of the experts say that this is basically wrong because now the government authorities can force a media house or an internet platform to put up certain comment because they cannot take it down, so that way they can force certain media houses they can force them to cover certain politicians or certain other content, because according to this law you cannot moderate the content available on your platform, right? So this is one of the problems, right? Another expert feels that this could amount to a lot of litigation, right? It will unleash a wave of lawsuits against platforms, right? So that way these are many examples, in fact. So everybody feels that this law will have a lot of negative impacts, right? Now the author in the end says that this actually puts the entire internet at danger, at risk, right? And it is likely to head to the Supreme Court, meaning this law is probably likely to be challenged. It is going to be reviewed in the Supreme Court in all probabilities, right? And he says that this fiasco, as in this entire fiasco, it touches on the debate. It is also relevant to, or it contradicts this Section 230 Act, right? And it makes it clear that websites have now. So this section says that websites have editorial control, and therefore the new law will be against this, right? So that is why the author says it is probably likely to be reviewed. Now, let's understand the question. Which of the following would invalidate the claims? Invalidate means it would prove wrong, it would go against, right? So, we are looking at again statements which would be against the claims which are made in the passage. The claims could be, there's not just one claim made, could be different points of view, different in the sense they could be discrete elements. Look at A. People would be able to express their point of view without any restrictions. Acha. Now, if you look at it, people would be able to express it. This is from the perspective of people as a normal human being, right? I can put up anything on any website. So that way, this is something which would be one of the effects of the law, right? Because Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, or for that matter, Facebook is not mentioned in the passage, but any internet platform will not be able to moderate whatever I say or whatever I produce. So that way, there would be no restrictions on the people. Right. So this is something which is valid, therefore cannot be correct. Look at B. According to the provisions of the law, posts can be considered illegal on grounds of national security. Now, if you notice, see, according to the provisions of the law, the post can be considered illegal on grounds of national security. The idea here is when you say illegal, it means one of the reasons to take down or to remove the posts or remove the content. But according to the law, the new law, the media houses can do nothing to whatever everybody posts, which means this is against what the passage says, and this is the answer. Look at option C. The state can issue directives about news coverage. We just read about it in the previous question. It is basically where the author says any court, any particular government authority can start using this law and make the media houses agree to whatever the conditions that they put. Coming to it again, right? So this law can mean that any state in the Fifth Circuit can mandate that news organizations must cover certain content, right? So the state can compel any kind of speech. So these point to option C as D. Option C as wrong, right? Option C is wrong. What about D? Updating Wikipedia or opinion will be prohibited. This is the last, this is the example that the author takes, right? Here he says, to give a sense, there's an expert suggested that under the logic of this ruling, it would be very well illegal to update Wikipedia in Texas, because that way you're not going to, you cannot make any changes to whatever has claimed, whatever someone has posted on any public internet platform. So this is something which is as per the passage also. So the best answer is B.